Hancock 45 coming at you. Yep, here we are on the compound, cruising around, not too far, just about 30 feet, yeah. We just wanted to touch base with you. Thank you again. I can't believe we have turned, or are about to turn, 250,000 subscribers. You know, it kind of takes our breath away. You know the story. I'm not going to bore you with the story about us starting to do this and just having fun doing shooting videos and not even knowing about YouTube partnership and all that kind of stuff for 8 months or a year, just doing videos, and kind of what we kept doing. And it's kind of a milestone, I guess, when you get to 250,000 of anything. 250,000 leaves on the ground is kind of a big number. So we appreciate every single one of you. I know some people just subscribe as a very casual thing, but many of you are really avid viewers. I hear from you every day. And those are the people we care about and think about. You know, you folks that we have the exchanges with. You know, I guess your mind's right. I guess we could say you're watching the videos. You understand what we do. You enjoy firearms. You enjoy learning about firearms. Even young or old, you might be 14, you might be 18, and you're learning about firearms. You might ask a goofy question sometimes, and someone might give you a hard time. You know, it won't be me, as long as you're respectful. I'm not going to give you a hard time. Someone might try to see through that. I know the old business about the COD. Everybody wants to accuse you of being a gamer if you don't understand something about a firearm. Just try to ignore some of that and continue to learn. We hopefully are providing some education still about different kinds of firearms, some of the old firearms and new firearms. I have my preferences, as you know. So I'm sorry, you Glock haters. I'm going to have a Glock video up every now and then because I like them. I like a lot of firearms though. So if you can't tell that, you haven't been around long. And you new folks, if you've not been around long, you might have just seen 8 or 10 videos, 4 or 5. You may not really have a good grasp of kind of what we do. And just keep watching. Get through the FAQs. If you watch the FAQ videos, and if you can stand these vlogs, if you can stand the radio shows, you really understand this. You understand this mind. It's not quite right, but most of the time it's okay. And you get special insight, I think, if you take some time with the vlog radio shows, FAQ videos, and then just everything else. But anyway, there are a lot of people that have seen them all. Those are some sick people, really. They write me and tell me they've seen everything we've done, and that's kind of scary, really. But anyway, I jest. But we appreciate you all. It's just amazing, and we have a lot of fun doing it. The red plate. Don't want to forget to talk about the red plate in this vlog. That was pretty cool. That several people bid some big dollars on that thing, which surprised me. I still remember walking down the hill with it with John and saying, "Well, let's just put this on eBay. You know, if it gets $20, you know, that's $20 for a good cause." And wow, you know, got over $1,100 just that old red broken plate. You know, so that's not because I'm Elvis. That's because somebody saw that as a worthy cause. And you know, I mean, I don't know. If you watch all the videos, I guess you can become a little bit attached to some of the targets. Are almost like personalities, you know. So they are for me. You know, the things I shoot a lot, I enjoy them. They're old friends, even if I do treat them badly and hit them occasionally. So, but anyway, that was cool. $1,100 for a worthy cause. We're going to continue doing that. We have a couple of targets we'll be posting that we did about a month ago with a video, and I've signed and dated and everything. A couple of paper targets we'll stick up for too much longer. But anyway, we appreciate that. What else was I going to yak? Oh, I didn't warn you about being on Tom Gresham again, but I was on the Tom Gresham show about 2 weeks ago, I guess, for about 10 minutes. So you know, if you go back through his archives, you can catch that. And he's a good guy, does a great job. I listen to him really every week. I sometime during the week I catch all 3 hours of his show. Just go to his website and listen to him on my phone or computer. Just depends while I'm doing something else. And you know, pretty interesting usually. You know, pretty interesting. And he's a good guy. He's done a lot for for the cause. He really has. He's got his biases, just like I do, and everybody else. But hey, we all have our biases, you know. And you know, you see some people sometimes in the comments, they don't seem to understand that people do have their own preferences and biases, and I understand that. I don't know, it doesn't bother me when I go to a video and somebody's loving on a gun that I don't really like. So what? You know, I'm gonna give them a hard time. But it seems to bother some folks. But everybody has their favorite firearms, their favorite everything. You know, bullets. You know, I call it bullet religion. You know, caliber religion. You know, it just never ends with some folks. But anyway, Tom Gresham does a great job, and I really enjoy his show. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, I bought a Harley. Almost forgot to tell you. Well, you knew I was looking, and John is a bad influence on me because you know the story. He bought a motorcycle, and he bought me the 3-day course this summer. So I enjoyed that weekend. It was pretty intense and pretty hairy at times. It was hot, and it was tough at times. And that motorcycle, it was a dual sport that I used. It was the biggest bike they had, and the shifter, you know, is totally different from a Harley or a cruiser. You guys that know motorcycles, you gals, you know, the shifters and everything are down here. It's on the other side, of course, but it's down here below the pegs, and it's just really difficult. My long legs to get but I managed, and it was a challenge. A big cruiser like this is like a dream compared with that, as far as I'm concerned. But I looked around, and I wasn't sure. I did some research and rode Johns and looked at Victory and Hondas and everything else, and you know, and motorcycles are just like guns. There's some people, bullets, like I was saying, bullet religion, caliber religion, motorcycle religion, car religion. I get a hard time sometimes for my car. And I have purchased quite a few Japanese or European cars over the years, and I thought, you know, maybe I'll just get a Harley. You know, I'm mainly weekend rider, and I'll get a good old traditional Harley Davidson. You know, I like John's. It's fun to ride, and I did find a Road King. This is a 2007 Road King Classic, and great shape. Had under 10,000 miles on it, so it was perfect. Got a great buy on it, and it runs great. It's fun to ride. I just brought it from Nashville today. I rode it from Nashville today. Just got it this week, and I've been to Nashville several times on it, and it rides great. I enjoy it, so I'm having fun with that. Please don't tell me I'm going to get killed on a motorcycle. It could happen. I might be killed in my Honda Element, or walnut might fall on my head and do me in. So we're all going sometime. But I'm very careful. I drive like an old man. John will tell you that. Even in my car, I drive extremely defensively and don't take any chances. And of course I wear a helmet. You know, I just rode about 20 yards here on the field on this little trip. But always geared up and extremely careful. You probably don't want to come up behind me because I'm a very defensive driver. I assume everybody pulling out is going to pull out in front of me. They hate me. They hate motorcycles. But anyway, it's pretty neat. I'm enjoying it so far. Really am. And I just like it. It's got everything I wanted. I wanted a windshield I could take off. It's detachable, quick detach, one I could put on when I want. And I wanted one with handlebars. How's that? And now this one comes with a special feature. Look at that. Whoa, a drink holder. How's that, man? Is that cool? I can put my beer right there as I ride down the interstate. I'll probably take that off. That came on the previous, so it's a one owner. Had that on there. So, but anyway, for you, that's for you motorcycle folks. You know a little bit about motor. You know more than I do. I'm a newbie. I'm green, and I realize it. It's interesting studying motorcycles, and this relates to the bigger picture, right? Since it's a vlog, I can wax philosophical. Kind of like cameras. You know, whenever I get into shopping for cameras, John and I do, looking at motorcycles, didn't know much about them really. It puts me in the same place where a lot of you are, new viewers, new shooters. Well, new shooters, not new viewers necessarily. You know, you go into a gun shop or you start looking through the catalogs and magazines and you think, wow, man, all all these guns look alike. SIG's supposed to be good. Everybody's got a Glock. What about the CZ75, the classics? Everybody likes that, and the H&Ks and the M&Ps and the XDMs, and you know all that going in your head when you're trying to figure out what gun you might want, what kind of what caliber you might want, how big a gun you're going to want, and if you think about a carry gun, how big does it need to be, what caliber should it be, how am I going to carry it, what's the best holster, so I can relate, whenever, even at my age, when you get into some area that you're not familiar with, it's the same thing, same questions. And the only advantage I have is maybe being older and having experience going through that a lot of times. At least I know what questions to ask, and I can kind of, from people's answers and what people say and the way they say it, I begin to get a feel pretty quickly about what I want to avoid, that sort of thing. Look through some magazines and read between the lines. And, it's a jungle when you're going into an area that you're not familiar with. But anyway, I tend to stick with the tried and true. Not that Harley's the best motorcycle. You can actually get more for your money probably with some of the Japanese motorcycles in some ways, maybe even a Victory, I don't know. I decided to go with a Harley, what the heck. And it's a cool one, and it's a known entity, and I'm enjoying it. So anyway, I'm a rider now, so watch for me on the road, watch for everybody on the road, and clear out of my way, because I'm going to ride right down the yellow line. Just kidding. So what else was I going to talk about? Well, it's fall, it's beautiful, we're having some great weather here in Tennessee, and maybe I'll be perspiring less. A lot of motorcycles in this area here. It's either gunfire or motorcycles, right? Or loud birds. But it's fall, and guess what season is coming? If you've been a follower for very long, if you have been watching our endeavors, our fall, autumn endeavors, it's coming up on pumpkin season, so you know what to expect then. It happens every year, it really does. So keep an eye out. You'll probably see some pumpkin action before too long. There's just a time of year where you kind of transition between watermelons and move right into pumpkins and whatever else looks like a likely target, I guess, right? So anyway, this is my baby, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'd already known about it. You'd already know what it looks like, all right? And a few of you do, because you commented and wrote me. So anyway, I don't know if I had anything else to talk about or not. I guess that's about it. I enjoy little vlogs. I just think of a few things I might want to talk about. And again, this is for you folks that are long-time viewers mainly, or you may be a new time or a recent subscriber, and whoever wants to watch. It's one of the cool things about doing your own show, your own thing. It doesn't matter if everything is perfectly slick. If you want to talk about, if I want to talk about the bark on that tree right now, I can do it. That's pretty cool. It really is. It's the country has become even freer, more free with the advent of the internet and technology and YouTube and everything. It's just it's a great country. It's a great planet. So just thought I'd chat at you about a few things and show you my my new baby. And I will be very, very careful. I will always wear a helmet and football shoulder pads. So you'll see me going down the road in that gear. Probably wear some Titans pants and shoulder pads and a jersey. How would that be? That'd be cool when you see me through the windshield. But anyway, we appreciate mainly the support we're still getting from you guys, and picking up lots of folks, of course, every day. And don't know where you're all coming from, but we're glad to have you. You new folks, if you land on some weird video, well, a lot of them are weird, right? But if you land on something, you're, what is wrong with this guy? He's insane. Try to pick out a few more videos, work through a few, look at the FAQ videos, and a lot of good videos we did 2 and 3 years ago. This is kind of our 4-year anniversary. Really, this fall is. So lots of videos that go back through the days, and hopefully all of you motorcycles everywhere. Hopefully all of you will get back and check out all the videos. There's almost 700 of them. Okay, so anyway, I'll shut up. Oh, I know what I'm going to do before I quit. Guess what I've got in my holster? Oh, look at that beauty. Is that gorgeous or what? Now, I would not advocate riding down the highway and shooting from a motorcycle, okay? But parked in the woods, maybe. All right. Nice. There's just a lot of music in the air these days. So, signing off, Hickok 45. We had all these Harleys drive by on cue. Life is good.